everyone, this is Kassie, and these are the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of September the 5th to September the 11th. If you want to reach me for a personal consultation, you can always find me on my psychic platform www.kassikai.com, where you will also get 3 free minutes with your subscription and extra free minutes every month. If you want to check out last week's predictions, you can click on the link above. Our deck for today is the Anima Mundi Tarot, which means the soul of the world. But let's get on with the predictions. For Aries, we had the Ace of Wands and now it's the Two of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a card of new beginnings, of opportunities, and maybe something got unblocked the previous week and you felt that the door was opening for you, and perhaps there was something new in your life, something exciting, and now you got the Two of Wands, which is basically the next step after the Ace, meaning that things are progressing in your life, you are taking the next steps, whatever plans you made last week, or whatever new beginning you experienced in the previous days, and you're now taking it one step further. This week you will find that 2 different options arise for you, maybe 2 different opportunities, 2 different paths for you to choose from, and things will start moving for sure, energies will pick up, things will speed up. This week you'll probably have to make a decision, and maybe you will even find yourself in a dilemma. And under this energy, the energy of the Two of Wands, maybe the decision has been made already, and you just need to bring it to your conscious awareness, or you need to accept it in some way. In any case, you will feel more optimistic and you will feel that you are ready to make positive changes now. If you want to know how someone feels about you, this person feels very attracted to you and they like you. There seems to be some hesitation though, some uncertainty on their end. Although they do feel attracted to you, when it comes to taking action, you may find them a bit slow or they are hesitating, and that's because there must be a decision that they need to make first before things can move forward with them. Aces and Twos are the very first stages in a situation, in a relationship, and that means there are several stages before you reach your desired outcome. The Two of Wands is Mars in Aries, and that means you will have too much energy this week. If you've been sick, this week you will feel much better, and you will feel that your energy is replenishing, and also you may have to deal with another Aries. The strong day of this week is Tuesday, which not only is associated with twos, but it's also the day of Mars. For Taurus, we had the Moon and now it's the Eight of Pentacles. The Moon is an energy that can be very confusing because imagine it like the phases of the Moon that change all the time, and they also change very rapidly. So perhaps your moods were affected last week by this volatile energy and there were mood swings, you felt confused or another felt confused by your actions. Last week must have been rather unstable, with energies that felt a little weird. Maybe there was fear, insecurities, all those things are represented by the Moon, but now the atmosphere is changing and the Eight of Pentacles is a grounding card, an earth card, and the Eight of Pentacles shows you perfecting something that you started in the past, or continuing with something that you started in the past, which means people and situations from the past may resurface somehow and you will have to work together to make something happen. Under the energy of the Eight of Pentacles, someone may come to you making a very significant order if it's professional, or if it's a personal relationship, it often means that you are working on the relationship in a way to make it more balanced for both of you and mutually satisfying. If you want to know how someone feels about you, this person's feelings are building up, they are getting stronger, maybe they are a little slow in their reactions, because Pentacles are slow, and whatever happens with them happens in several stages, one after another, and those stages cannot be skipped. You have to work on something diligently and with persistence if you want something to grow. The time period between the 23rd August to the 1st September must have been significant for you in some way, and developments and events that happened then will continue to develop and progress in the coming 8 days. The Eight of Pentacles is Sun in Virgo, a very positive placement for career, money matters, and it helps you get things done in an efficient way. You will probably get news this week in those areas, and the Sun in Virgo rewards those who work diligently, so rest assured that you will get a reward, something good for your efforts that you made in the past. For Gemini, we had the Seven of Pentacles and now it's the Seven of Cups. You are still under the energy of sevens, which means that whatever you experienced last week, you will continue to experience this week too, and sevens often come with challenges, but there is a shift from the Seven of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience, and maybe things were moving slowly, there were delays, you were waiting for something to happen, but you didn't see the results you were hoping for. Now with the Seven of Cups, you will start seeing options around you. This won't be a week for decisions, this could be a week of possibilities that will open up for you, and you will be exploring options, you will release negative energy, and things in general will be more comfortable and more optimistic. If you want to know how someone feels about you, their attention is not very focused at the moment, their energy is scattered, and that means they will be giving mixed signals. One day they give a positive reaction, then a negative reaction, and you don't know where you stand with them. Perhaps they have many things going on at once in their life, or too many things to do or to think about. Within 7 days, you will feel that things are shifting again, and they will hopefully get more attentive and more focused. The Seven of Cups is an energy that can wrap you up in fantasy and illusion, so make sure that you are sticking to the facts and refrain from making imaginary scenarios and assumptions. If you are feeling uncertain or confused, wait for things to clear up first before you make any serious decisions or commitments. It's possible that this week you will feel a little confused when it comes to someone's actions, or you may act in a confusing way. And perhaps there will be unrealistic expectations, wishes or desires, so try to remain grounded and try to see things as they really are. The energies and events of this week may come to a head between the 13th and the 22nd November, while Sunday appears to be a significant day this week. For Cancer, we had the Knight of Wands and now it's the Six of Wands. Fire energy is still strong around you, and fire energy means passionate feelings, action, you will feel very energized, your energy levels will be high. Perhaps there's someone in your life, possibly a fire sign or ascendant, probably a Sagittarius, although it could be any other fire sign, and this person is very enthusiastic and they tried to drag you to do things that are fun and exciting. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, so something you want will happen this week, a small or big victory, it doesn't matter, but in any case you will experience positive energy and you will see that people or someone you're interested in appreciates you, admires you, and you will probably receive praise for one reason or another. You will be very attractive this week and you'll notice that people are noticing you more and chasing you more. If you are wondering how someone feels about you, you may now notice that they are reciprocating your feelings, good or bad. If you like them, they will like you back. If you dislike them, they will dislike you back. That's the energy of the Six of Wands. It goes both ways and it's a balanced give and receive, which, however, is usually mutually beneficial. So this card often represents some sort of mirroring. The Six of Wands is Jupiter in Leo, and Leo is a leader, so you may have to lead a situation this week in your personal or professional life. The only thing you need to be aware of is that you should not overdo it. You should not overpressure a situation or overreact, because Jupiter is expansive, and in Leo, at times it's too much ego or too much unnecessary action. The Six of Wands and Sixes in general represent balance, and that's why it's important to strive for harmony in your communications and your interactions. Events that started between July 22 to August the 1st may somehow be completed this week, or the efforts you made back then may bring very positive results this week, so you will feel that your time and energy were not wasted. Saturday and Sunday seem to be the days that the energy of these six will be the most potent. For Leo, we had the Nine of Cups and now it's the Seven of Swords. The Nine of Cups is the wish card in Tarot, so something you wanted, big or small, materialized, so last week must have had some very interesting and good moments for you. Maybe you received good news about something that's going to manifest in your life soon. Now the Seven of Swords is about exploring different options, new ways of doing things, and perhaps the message here is that you are doing the same thing over and over and you didn't get the results you were hoping for. So now this is a time for change. This is a time to see how to bring your plans into reality using different attitudes and different methods. So it's basically about thinking outside the box. The Seven of Swords shows that often things are not as they appear to be, appearances are often deceptive, so you should not make any serious decisions unless you are certain that you can see the bigger picture, that you can see things as they really are. You know in your heart whether you are being honest with yourself or you're trying to find excuses for yourself or for another person and avoid seeing the truth. This week will push you to face things without rose-tinted glasses, and that will probably get you unstuck and will give you the chance to change a situation and make it how you want it to be. If you're wondering how someone feels, they don't show their true feelings to you. At times that's intentional, so beware of intentional deception, of people who have lied to you before or they've been dishonest with you in any way. Don't trust them, don't find excuses for them. If you feel that something is off, be a little guarded and don't trust anyone blindly. The Seven of Swords is the moon in Aquarius, an emotionally detached placement for the moon, so this week you will be more in your head and less in your heart, which is fine, especially if you need to understand where you stand in a situation. The end of the week seems to hold the strongest energy, so around Saturday or Sunday you will feel the energies of this card the most. For Virgo, we had the Lovers and now it's the Ace of Cups. The Lovers is associated with personal relationships, with love, but it's also a decision that you need to make. So maybe you had to make a serious decision about one of your personal relationships, or you had to make a decision about love. And that decision wasn't very easy perhaps. You had to choose between two different situations, two different persons, and in any case you must have found yourself in a dilemma. Now this week you got the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is a card of love, and it's about something that's being offered to you on the emotional level. It's an opportunity for love, it's an invitation, a romantic message, a very nice and pleasant energy that will make you feel really good. So someone will make a move or will tell you something to show you they care, to show you that they want to spend time with you, and that they are attracted to you. If you want to know how someone feels about you, this person seems to have romantic feelings, sexual desire for you. However, their feelings are not yet fully developed, either because you are in the first stages of your relationship or you are making a new beginning in a relationship with new elements, new vibrations around you. And aces are fresh energy, new energy. They give you the opportunity to start on a new basis, so the feelings of this person have just started to develop, or they have started seeing you with different eyes. The beginning of the week seems to be the strongest, so it's Monday or Tuesday that you will experience the energy of this ace the most. Keep in mind that aces in general are passive, so the energy you will experience this week will be passive, slow, developments may be slow, and I wouldn't expect anyone to make bold moves or to make unpredictable moves. Things will be smooth, so try to relax and enjoy going with the flow of things, as that's the best you can do under the watery energy of this ace. For Libra, we had the Ace of Cups, and now it's the Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Cups represents a new beginning, a fresh energy that's coming into your life, and a door that's opening on the emotional level, an opportunity in your personal relationships, an opportunity in love. And aces are signs, messages, communication. So maybe communication with someone opened up while before it was blocked, and you were able to communicate and to interact in a more meaningful way, especially in romantic situations. Now the Wheel of Fortune you got this week is one of the karmic cards in Tarot, and that means that this week may bring very significant and unexpected events that will cause some serious shifts in your life and will bring about change. However, this may not be the kind of change you were expecting, as the universe usually has different plans for us, but this change may bring you to things that are even better than the ones you expected. So whatever happens this week will have a karmic feel to it. The Wheel of Fortune is often change initiated by life itself, and you'll have to respond in some way to react, but make sure that you don't react in ways that put you in trouble in the past. If you want to know how someone feels about you, they go up and down with their feelings, and they are changing attitude way too often. So for instance, one day they are distant and aloof or unresponsive, then they become more open, communicative and more caring. Their thoughts and feelings are in flux, since the Wheel of Fortune is constantly in motion. You may find that this person is rather unpredictable at this stage. There is an element of indecisiveness, of instability, since the wheel is still spinning and hasn't yet landed on a solid outcome. But in about 10 days, things will solidify and you will get a clearer situation in your hands. Although this can be annoying, you should not let those ups and downs frustrate you, as change is the only constant thing in life. So if things are not going your way, there's always hope for change, and it's this volatility and this fluidity that will not allow you to get stuck for too long. And the main message of this card is that even if you feel stuck in your life, life itself will intervene, and one way or another things will change. For Scorpio, we had the King of Pentacles, and now it's the Knight of Wands. The King of Pentacles is a very serious, grounding energy. It's usually a man that belongs to an earth sign or ascendant, Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn, and it's very possible that this man helped you last week to achieve stability, or they gave you practical advice on how to do something that could be either professional or personal. The King of Pentacles brings more stability, more commitment and plans for the future, because this king is very methodical and he likes to organize his life well. The Knight of Wands this week changes the vibe, because the Knight of Wands is a fire energy and it is about passion, enthusiasm, so you will feel more energized this week, more eager to do things, to get things done, and if you are feeling bored, you will take action to spice things up a little. The King of Wands is someone in your life who is a fire sign or ascendant, usually a Sagittarius, but it can be any other fire sign, Aries or Leo, someone who's very charming, outgoing, but also very unpredictable. So expect that someone you are interested in will do something that you don't expect, and I believe it will be something positive and things will start moving forward, definitely faster than last week. There will be more developments, more action, and this will be a busier week, and whatever you experienced these days, you will continue to unfold in the coming 2 weeks. Given the unpredictability of the energy of this night, there might be some ups and downs, and things will change from one day to another, so you will feel that the atmosphere is changing all the time, and you may find yourself feeling a little uncertain about what is going on. The best you can do under this energy is to go where the energy itself takes you. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, they are physically attracted to you, they want to initiate physical connection. However, before you give them what they want, Make sure that you'll get exclusivity if that's what you want, of course. Otherwise, you may be surprised to find that they have other interests too, interests they would like to follow. Sexual energies will be very, very intense this week, and generally this will be a week you'll feel like following your desires. For Sagittarius, we had the Seven of Swords and now the Seven of Pentacles. You're still experiencing the vibe of sevens, and sevens usually bring some challenges as they show that the balance of the sixes that come before them is somehow being disrupted. So there is this new element that comes into your life, a new person or something you didn't expect that will make things change in some ways, and you will have to respond to that change somehow. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is a different energy from the Seven of Swords that you got last week, in the sense that things may not be as you thought they are, and suddenly you realize that appearances were deceptive, and that can cause some frustration, or you will feel that someone was lying to you, or that someone did something behind your back, but at the same time you started thinking outside the box. And now this week you will have a very grounding, a very different energy that will probably put you in a waiting mode. Actually, this week you may feel that you've made some efforts and you are waiting for the results, but the results have not appeared yet. And that can make you feel a little antsy, a little impatient, but under the energy of this seven, we are often on the verge of a breakthrough, and change is just around the corner. But we cannot see it, and we are thinking that nothing will change, especially if we've been waiting for a while for change to come and hasn't manifested yet. This week you are going to have second thoughts and doubts about someone or about a situation, and you will be wondering whether it's worth your time, whether it's worth your energy. My suggestion is to give it a few days, at least a week, and see how things shift within that week, because there will be signs that will show you whether you are on the right path or not, and you will be able to make adjustments if you want to. If you want to know how someone feels about you, this person has feelings for you, and their feelings are growing but slowly. You will not see this person making big moves or saying big words. They are cautious, as Pentacles usually are, but at the same time they will make some moves to show you they care. The Seven of Pentacles is Saturn in Taurus, and Saturn talks about restrictions, so you may feel that your freedom is somehow restricted this week, and that could be because of practical issues you are facing, like money issues or work that does not allow you to move and act freely. But at the same time, this placement will give you seriousness in thinking, practicality, perseverance and endurance, so that's not a good week to make drastic changes, and it's best that you take things slow and watch the developments. For Capricorn, we have the Ten of Pentacles and now it's the Judgment. The Ten of Pentacles represents financial matters, property matters, career, but also our commitments, the things we need to do in our personal or professional life. So all of those things, all of those areas of your life must have required your attention one way or another. Now the Judgment is one of the karmic cards in Tarot, which means that it can manifest as karmic events, as coincidence, synchronicities, events that have a fated feel. And it is associated with the past, so something or someone from your past may resurface in some way, when perhaps you will have to deal with a rerun of a situation and you will probably have to respond in a different way so that you don't repeat mistakes of the past. So it's very important to remain very alert and very present this week, and to try and read between the lines, because there might be some strange energies that will make you feel rather perplexed about what is going on. You may have to show that you have learned a lesson, to show you that you are now a new and different person, you have worked on yourself, and then you'll see a door opening for you. As this card is also called rebirth. You will soon be starting new stages in your life that will involve new energies, new people, new situations. If you are looking for change, this is your chance to go for change. I'm not saying that the energy of the Judgment is always easy, because it's not. At times it requires that we step out of our comfort zone, that we do things in a way that's not familiar, perhaps in a way that's scary, but it's clear that change is much needed at this period of your life, and you should go for it. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, it appears that this person is a little critical at the moment, judgmental. Perhaps something happened between you, maybe a misunderstanding or an argument, and they put the blame on you, probably without them being willing to see what their own mistakes and responsibilities are. But you can resolve this misunderstanding through communication, and you'll see that the situation is being transformed, and that's basically the purpose of this energy, of this card. It's about teaching us to do things in ways that improve ourselves and improve our situations and the conditions of our life. In general, I would say that you are going through a very significant phase in your life, and the decisions you make now will determine your future. For Aquarius, we had the Nine of Swords, and now it's the Strength. The Nine of Swords is a difficult energy, undoubtedly, usually brings intense thoughts, negative thoughts, and not without good reason, I might add. Something must have happened or something was said. Don't forget, the swords represent communications and the way we express our thoughts, and this is a rather disruptive energy. It could be an ending, it could be something really disruptive. Now, under the energy of the Strength card, you will pull up your sleeves and will get to work. And by that, I don't necessarily mean work literally, but it could be that you are working harder this week, or that you will make more efforts towards a certain goal. But it could also mean that you will make efforts to improve a relationship. In any case, the Strength means that you are stepping into your power, especially if you felt powerless, as is often the case with the Nine of Swords of last week. Now the vibes are changing for you, the energy is changing, and you will feel stronger, you will feel more optimistic, but you will also feel more reserved. If last week you felt the need to take action or to act on impulse, this week you will be more logical, and you will do things in a way that's more disciplined. You will conquer your fears and your insecurities, and that will allow you to connect with other people in ways that are more beneficial for all of you. If you're wondering how another person feels about you, they have strong sexual feelings, romantic feelings, but they are suppressing those feelings. They are trying to control them for one reason or another. They probably think that if they express their feelings, some sort of disruption will happen in your life or in their life, and for that reason they prefer to keep some distance, and they won't say much about how they feel. They are not opening up at this stage. That does not mean they have not feelings, and you will see manifestation of those feelings. You will see signs that they care about you in the coming 8 days. The Strength is associated with Leo, so perhaps you have a Leo person in your life who will require your attention and your care. The end of the week seems to hold the strongest energy, and that's when you will experience the energy of the Strength the most. For Pisces, we had the Two of Pentacles and now the Hierophant. The Two of Pentacles must have manifested as indecisiveness, or it could be a decision you had to make, or just that you were juggling two different options or two different situations, trying to maintain a certain balance. But the balance of the Two of Pentacles is rarely a long-lasting one, and at some point something will happen, a new element will come up, and you will have to make a decision. This week you have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant means that things are getting more serious, and if you have not made the decision last week, you will make it this week most likely. That's because the Hierophant shows that something is getting more official. It could be a professional situation, a contract for instance, or you're signing papers, or you're receiving a document that you've been expecting for a while, or it could refer to a personal relationship, meaning that you are taking your relationship to the next level, a level that's more official. The Hierophant is a card associated with marriage, engagement, or it could be a divorce. The outcome depends on the decision you made or you didn't make last week, and it could go either way depending on what your needs, what your expectations, and what your priorities are. If you want to know how someone feels about you, this person has serious feelings for you, they have serious intentions, and they want to have a long-lasting connection to you. Perhaps they are a bit too traditional, or you find them a bit too serious, too conservative, in which case you may want to reassess and re-examine whether the relationship you are in is in tune with your needs and your deepest desires. The Hierophant is associated with Taurus, so there might be a person in your life who's a Taurus sun or ascendant, or they have strong elements from that sign. That person loves to feel secure, and they will stay with you as long as you make them feel safe and secure, as long as you fulfill their needs. At times you may find they are too stubborn or too rigid, as they are not considering your needs, and they have different priorities. Friday seems to be the strongest day of this week, as it is associated with Venus, who is the ruler of Taurus, and like I said, Taurus is associated with the Hierophant. So these were the predictions for the week of September the 5th to September the 11th, and one thing I noticed about today's spread is that there are several sevens, and sevens basically ask us if we understand the structures we ourselves have created in our lives, and will often push us towards introspection, but also towards change and creativity. Sevens are associated with the Chariot of the major arcana and urge us to find ways that will lead us to success by taking control of situations and using the knowledge we have gained from past experiences. In many decks, we will see that there is a common element, which is the depiction of a solitary figure. This symbolism means that we are at a point where we need to make a decision for us, a decision that will determine the future that opens before us. So I hope you find the predictions helpful, and I will see you again next week. Have a nice and productive week.